Bible Study Guide, Day 64, Numbers 23 to 25. After sacrificing some cattle and sheep, Balak takes Balaam up to Bamoth Baal to scope out the Israelite camp. Balaam asks Balak to build him 7 altars and prepare 7 bulls and 7 rams. They offer a bull and a ram on each altar before Balaam goes to seek the Lord's word. The Lord puts his words in Balaam's mouth, and Balaam delivers his first message, which is a blessing on the Israelites instead of a curse as Balak intended. This message emphasizes the greatness and faithfulness of God towards his people. Balak then takes Balaam to the top of Pisgah, where there are more altars built and sacrifices made. Once again, Balaam goes to seek the Lord's word, and he speaks through him, this time with another blessing for the Israelites. This message emphasizes God's protection and victory over their enemies. Balak takes Balaam to a final location, the top of Peor. Once again, Balak builds altars and offers sacrifices, but this time Balaam abandons his sorcery and turns his face towards the wilderness. When Balaam looks out and sees Israel encamped tribe by tribe, the Spirit of God falls upon him, and Balaam delivers his third message. This message is yet another blessing for the Israelites, with a focus on their future prosperity. At this point, Balak is furious with Balaam for not delivering curses as he had paid him to do. However, Balaam reminds Balak that he can only speak the words that God puts in his mouth. Balaam is sent back home, but before he leaves, he warns Balak about the future destruction of Moab and other surrounding nations at the hands of Israel. As Balaam is about to leave, he turns and delivers a fourth message from the Lord. This message predicts a future king who will rise up from Israel and conquer all their enemies. He says a star will come out of Jacob, and a scepter will rise out of Israel. This prophecy is seen as a foreshadowing of the coming Messiah, Jesus Christ. Balaam also delivers a fifth message to Amalek, an enemy of Israel. This message predicts their eventual destruction. When Balaam sees the Kenites, he delivers a sixth message. He says Ashur will take them captive and they will be destroyed. Before returning home, Balaam speaks a seventh message, predicting that ships will come from Cyprus and will ultimately destroy Ashur and Eber. At the beginning of chapter 25, we see that the Israelites have settled in Shittim. While there, they begin to intermingle with the Moabite women and are invited to their sacrifices to their gods. The Israelites begin to indulge in these pagan practices and worship false gods, specifically Baal. God becomes angry with the Israelites for turning away from him and orders Moses to kill the leaders involved in this sin. Moses then assembles the judges and orders them to execute all those who have participated in the sacrifices. As Moses is carrying out God's punishment, a man from the tribe of Simeon brings a Midianite woman into his tent in front of all the Israelites. This act of defiance provokes God's anger even further, and he begins to send a plague among them. However, Phinehas, the grandson of Aaron and son of Eleazar, takes a stand against this rebellion and kills both the Israeli man and Midianite woman with a spear through their stomachs. Because of his zealousness for God, God stops the plague and blesses Phinehas with a covenant of peace. He also blesses Phinehas with an everlasting priesthood, and his family line will continue to serve as priests for generations to come. After dealing with the sin within their own camp, God commands Moses to take vengeance on the Midianites for their role in leading his people astray. This shows that God takes sin and rebellion against him seriously and will not tolerate it amongst his people. As we reflect on these passages, we can see the importance of obedience and faithfulness to God. We must be careful not to be swayed by the temptations and practices of the world, but rather stay true to God's commands and remain faithful to him. We can also learn from Phinehas' example of standing up against sin, even when it may seem unpopular or difficult. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to help us spread the word. God bless you.